Alright, so for today I thought to show you guys how to install my NeoVim config. This includes just NeoVim and Tmax, but the idea is, well, I have a NeoVim nvim.files repo. I always link it in the description, so if you want to check it out, you know where to find it. And the installation process should be like extremely simple, although I made it extremely simple only for a couple of distros, and you know, if you use something else, then you can either add it yourself or you can ping me to help you with that. So yeah, but as I said, it should be like extremely simple, and I have here Linux Mint VM, I guess, just to show as an example. I mean, actually, I'll install it because I don't know why it was complaining for something. So, no, just create it like some virtual disk. We'll install it. I leave it like whatever, like defaults, because I don't really care about. So I don't know, like I'll use Alex for everything. So doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'll see you in like 1 minute when it finishes. So alright, so the thing should be installed, and just in case anyone wants to know, I used QEMU for installing it, and these are the two commands. This is the one to boot from an ISO, and well, actually you also need another one. You need QEMU image. You need to create an image first, right, with some whatever size, and then you use that image to write to it, or I guess, right, yeah, whatever. Or you set this as a drive, this as a CD-ROM, and you boot from the CD-ROM, so from the ISO image that you download from their site. And then when you boot the second time after the install, you use this one as the, I mean, if you have only one drive, I think it sets it as boot by default. Okay, so let's see, you can open up the thing. Now it's gonna be like weird resolution, but that's not that important. Let me see if resolution, I think this one should work. Okay, so obviously I need to open up a terminal. Let's try to sudo apt update, and I had a problem with this when I just you know, was using the live image, so whatever. Yeah, so the first step, as we did last time, let's call it projects, is to make a projects folder or something, right? So projects, then we have to get the nvim.files repo. Well, let's install git. Forgot about this thing. Okay, and we actually have the nvim.files repo, right? So if we go into it, we have this. Well, we don't have NeoVim, so that's maybe the first. We have Vim, no, maybe we don't. So, you know, we have this install script, which, as I said, should make your life extremely easy to install NeoVim, Tmax, and my like config for the two of them. So although I think the only thing you have to do first is install NeoVim, like actually install it. So you just have to make sure that it's gonna be like the latest version. So I don't remember if Linux Mint has 090 or plus. We'll see right now. So if I do nvim version, or I guess nvim 0.6, maybe this one is also a good thing, just to show how to get the latest version, I guess. So if we go, well, you know, sudo apt remove neovim, because I think we also need to remove neovim runtime or something. Right, so neovim github. Maybe this one, right? So if we take a look at the wiki page or something, there should be something on how to install it, but install. So Linux, okay, I just pressed on that, but that's not how I do it. So let's see Ubuntu or something. Because I'd like to do not a stable one, but the latest one. So maybe like unstable, right? Let's do unstable, and then sudo apt update again, sudo apt install neovim, and this I think should give us like 0.11 or something. So that's how you get the latest version. So you check this out and use unstable instead of stable. So basically that. And if you use the wrong version, the install script, I think it should tell you. So I think I have a check in here that checks for the version, so you know, don't worry about it. If it's the wrong version, it will tell you, right? So yeah, okay, so then you have to run the install script, and this is just gonna do like sudo apt update and stuff. Then it's gonna ask you if you want to install the neovim config. I think I can increase the font, I'm not sure. Oh, don't know how to increase the font on this window though. Okay, like this. So let's run install. Right, it's gonna ask you if you want to install the neovim config. This is like the dot files, so you know, press yes. Sure, if you don't have any config already, you know, I might have to check these things, because you know, it's trying to make a backup. If you don't have this thing, then it's not gonna work, but it doesn't matter. Then it's gonna ask you if you want to do the tmux config, so you know, also yes. All right, and it does a couple of plugins. It also installed tmux, so now we have tmux with config. So at this stage we already have neovim and tmux configured, so it's already over, I guess. Now the dev scripts. Now if you press yes, I think it should ask you which scripts. So tmux sessionizer, I took this one from the Primogen's config, tmux sessionizer, but I've changed it a little bit, because this one, you know, it's, you know, really simple, but I've changed it to, let's see, scripts, to work in more edge cases, because that one works only if you start it from the terminal, but doesn't really work when you run it from another Tmux session, or stuff like that. If you have a session that's already running, there was some bugs, and yeah, I covered all the edge cases with this one. So you press yes, and now how this thing works, Tmux Sessionizer, is that it searches for folders in one folder that you give it as a parameter. That's like your projects folder. So we created that, so I would use probably like home projects like this, and you separate all your projects folders by space. Currently I only have projects, but you can put like space, documents, stuff like this. You can put all of them, but you have to make sure that you put the entire path, or at least you start with tilde. But anyway, you add this one, and then I have some checks for the font. We'll not do the font because I don't really care about it, but you should install like a patched font. I think I called it, or it's called like nerd font or something. Okay, and to be able to use this Tmux Sessionizer, you need to add local bin to your path. So though I don't do that automatically, it is what it is. So let's go back and let's try to do local bin Tmux Sessionizer, right? So let's try to run it. As you can see, it finds nvim.files as the only project, because that's the only project that we currently have. If we open it, it opens it with Tmux. So we have this bar right here. Now obviously it doesn't look like mine because first of all we don't have the font. The second reason is now we are using some other terminal emulator, which I don't know how it's called. It's terminal, I guess it's the default one for Cinnamon or something, and the color scheme is not the same. So if you want that, I can also show you how to do that, but I mean, for people that use WSL or some other stuff, you can use your own terminal. You don't have to use mine, and you can use your own, I don't know what the fuck this was. You can use whatever you want for the color scheme and stuff. So that's not really relevant for us. Okay, so now if we open up NeoVim, it should hopefully open Lazy Vim and start to install all the plugins. It's pretty cool. Okay, it has some errors, but looks like everything configured, hopefully. So you can see that we see the stuff. Okay, and it honestly it looks like my config, right? I mean, maybe the background color doesn't look like mine because this is the background color of the terminal, but it is what it is. And it has like the same works the same as basically my thing. Okay, so we can make another project just to make sure. So here, C project, let's make a small C project. And now if we look at if we press the combinations control space and then F, it opens up Tmux Sessionizer, right? So you have now we have two projects. So C project, bam, we open up this thing. I don't know, it has some problem with some trash from, looks like Nerd3, but I cannot really do anything about this. Maybe it's a bug with something in NeoVim, and now it's an error with 3-seater. So if I do lazy, can I update? Maybe it's something with an update, but I don't know. So let's try again to main.c. Yeah, I don't know honestly, but now, right, for the LSPs you can use Mason. That's what I'm using, and for C I use Clang. So that's that. Looks like it's installed. Like, it's this easy to set up an LSP. You just install the language server and you should have it. So let's try to include stdio.h. well, right, int main, printf. I mean, it has a bit weird that I didn't really see I thought it's stdio.h. gcc main.c minus all main. I'm curious, maybe Linux Mint doesn't come with stdio and all that stuff, std lib. That's pretty interesting, right? So maybe I have to just, sudo apt install gcc or something, but it's already installed, so that's weird. Okay, let's see, stdio.h file not found, stdio. But this is not part of the thing, so maybe it's just missing like the standard library or something. Oh, like build essentials, right? So again, sudo apt install build essentials. I don't know how that's spelled. Am I going crazy? It's not ASSEN. Build essentials. Yeah, that's how it's spelled. Oh, essential, whatever. Oh, that's funny. I mean, whatever. Let's pretend I didn't do that. So maybe. Okay, so now it stopped complaining. But yeah, it's it's a bit annoying that it didn't work first try. Although hopefully it should. I mean, at least it installed without any errors. But I cannot really say. It's like, probably if you have your own setup already, at least some kind of setup, you might not encounter these issues because you already have all the right libraries, like everything. Right now it works, right? Didn't change anything. So yeah, so the LSP works, the font and stuff works. Changing the font is just a matter of whatever terminal emulator you use. So if you use WSL, you change it from those settings. If you use like Kitty like me, you change it from the config. So it doesn't really matter. And again, the background color, you change it also, I think, from the emulator config. And yeah, I mean, this is how it looks out of the box. And yeah, I mean, pretty much this is everything. Like, again, it's just a matter of running the install script, right? So this is all you have to do. And like, maybe the biggest steps is you have to run a sudo apt update first, like make sure you run that. Then you have to install NeoVim. So I guess it was this thing right here. It depends. If you use Arch Linux or something else, you know, things will be different. But for Ubuntu based stuff, I mean, I used Ubuntu quite a lot, so I remember that, you know, I have to use unstable branch for NeoVim to get the latest one. You know, run this thing, you install NeoVim, and then you can run the install script, and basically that's all you have to do. And yeah, you just have the thing. And then with Mason you install new language servers. I guess it's extremely simple from there. So yeah, I guess, you know, I'll let you do it, and yeah, let me know if you know, this was helpful. So yeah, I think, you know, this should make it really simple for everyone to install my setup. So yeah, sure, let me know if you think this type of video was useful, and you know, if you've managed to install my setup. So yeah, we'll see in the next one. We'll see what we'll do next. So see you in the next one. Bye.